Hello there, toy collectors. My name is Kevin, aka Toying Around, and I am very excited to bring you this special review.
If anything, the Kim family, they're archetypes. Which is sad, but not always a bad thing.
I'm okay, I have one. Do you see all the names?
Let's try them. Let's still try.
Am I muted? No, we're good. Hello there, everyone. Welcome to the channel. My name is Kevin, aka Toying Around. Normally on this channel here, I review action figures and unbox action figures. But, since these action figures are often based on TV shows and movies that we love, I've taken the opportunity to, take a segment to sit down with two of my friends and talk about a very special show, Star Wars: The Bad Batch. We're on episode 9. And if you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe, or if you're watching on Twitch, subscribe there, thumbs up on YouTube, all that good stuff. And it's just trying out, well, I guess it's episode 9. It's not something new, but we've gone into good grooves. So I hope you stay and enjoy the stream. Let's get right into it because it's late-ish. I'm tired. My first co-host, she works for a very awesome toy company in marketing, so she's in the toy industry and a collector of a lot of cool stuff. She's a world-renowned streamer, and she streams Tuesday on Twitch, and then I think Wednesday morning super early if you're into Disney Plus Loki, and then Wednesday night, and then Sundays. She is currently without air conditioning. This is Super 7's Livin, Vida, Yoko.
Oh my gosh. I still don't know about world renowned, but thank you. Thank you. That was even better this week, I think. And it's true. I am without air conditioning and I am dying.
I try to use a template and then modify it a little bit. So just to stick with what works. Do you have something cool to drink?
We're in week 9. We're still pretty new at this.
Yeah, exactly.
I got some ice cold water. Got to stay hydrated.
I have a hot coffee. It's 10 p.m. and I'm drinking a hot coffee. My feet are actually cold in the basement right now. Sorry to rub it in.
Yeah, whatever.
And also the third part of our podcast here. This is a podcast. It's just a stream. Let's see. He streams Funboxing Sundays on YouTube. And the geek shall inherit the earth. A lot of really awesome content from already awesome dude. Yeah, you probably already know this already, but he wanted me to pad up his introduction. This is not filler, by the way. As Carson Teva, he is the defender of the Outer Rim. As himself, he is a devourer of White Claws, purchaser of multiple of the same action figure. We have Mr. Paul Sun-Hyung Lee.
It's supposed to be the accidental purchaser of multiple of the identical figures.
Semantics.
Accidental.
The main part of it is still true.
Devourer of White Claws. I like that.
I love that.
I like that.
Yeah, that's great. I'm realizing I forgot to tune in for Funboxing Sunday. I was going to. I was like, I saw the timer at like 2 hours before, and I was like, okay, I'm going to watch.
Right. And then you did.
I blame the heat. I'm sorry. I don't know what I was doing.
Yeah, I have to say, I'm a little bit cold down here, too. We do have air conditioning.
Nice.
It's been on full blast because it's been hot out here, like close to 40 degrees Celsius, which is like 1,000,000 Fahrenheit, I think.
Yours is hotter.
It's lovely because it's like an ice box down here. I feel so cool. I mean, I kind of have to put socks on. It's cold down here.
Right.
So.
Oh, my gosh. I always have cold feet, and I am sockless. That's how you know. That it is hot here.
Almost shivering. It's that cold.
Oh my gosh. Why are you being so mean to me?
Oh, all of a sudden.
Oh, whoops. Your cards got lost in the mail, Kevin.
Yoko can't handle the heat.
I can't handle the heat.
How's everyone in the chat doing tonight? Thank you for watching over on YouTube and everyone on Twitch. How's it going? We have the Great White North Empire here says happy Monday. I think this is a great way to start the week off, for me at least, anyway. To
I hate
talk
you
with
so much right now.
to chat with you two and everyone in the chat, everyone over on Twitch. We have Mobile Recluse. Mr. Jones is catching up on this episode. I did a really great unboxing with Mr. Jones last week with Chris on Thursday. There's a highlight of it on my Instagram where he uses a very unconventional tool to open action figures. Do check it out. It's very unsafe. Don't let your children watch it. Tony Collector 10 is in the house. Torrentsu. I almost read out Stream Elements as a person, but that's just the bot for Twitch. It's my first day.
Makes you feel like someone else is there.
Oh, another viewer. Flyzone21 says, hello, everyone. Hope you had a great weekend. Bounty Lost was a really good episode. We'll be rewatching it again. People in the chat, on average, how many times do you watch an episode? How about you, Yoko and Paul? 2?
Yeah, same.
And I'm not just posing. Yeah.
I'm the same. Twice, but this weekend I actually like Yoko last weekend, but she had a better reason. Not an excuse. It was a better reason because she was exhausted from doing the con. I was just busy, and so I didn't get my second watch in this week, and I'm kind of flogging myself for it because it was a great episode.
Yeah, it was so good.
So good.
So good.
So.
Is this where you spoil, or should we save that for later? If you haven't seen last week's episode of the Bad Batch Case on the Mondays, again, a highlight on my Instagram, on Yoko's Twitter. It's if you weren't preparing to be spoiled, if you were ready for spoilers, well, you weren't ready for one so early. So please, I hope you have a chance to catch up on that. We have relatable figs in the house. Tommy K, welcome. I would like to greet you with a very cordial and polite welcome.
Wow.
Shut up, Kevin.
Yeah, shut up, Kevin.
I'll take that for you, Tommy. Monkey29 DNA. Gary's here. How's it going? Polymyth, Colin, Hollis, RMD Collective. Hey, I saw RMD Collective is showing up in Fun Boxing Sundays as well.
Yeah, loving it.
Awesome.
Loving it.
He says, what's up, Butter Nation? I just had an earthquake here in the Bay Area. Oh,
Boy.
dang.
Yeah, I saw them saying that. Crazy.
Big one? Small one? Something you just used to?
It must be an average one if they're still here chatting with us.
Oh, no.
My Wi-Fi was interrupted for seconds.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're safe.
We're
4.2.
good.
I'm seeing Prog Monster saying it was a 4.2.
Look at Gary. What a great hype man Gary is for you.
Gary is a great hype man.
I would hope you would be getting better and better every week.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of the bare minimum. He's getting better.
Yeah. I live my life going by.
If you were regressing, that would be interesting. It's like, I don't know. He hits rock bottom. And
would everyone keep coming back?
Oh yeah, he has been digging up.
You're frozen right now, Kevin.
I see Kevin frozen.
Yeah.
I thought it was intentional. I thought we made him sad.
Look at that smile on his
to hide
face,
his feelings. I am not in Canada though. I am in the Great Pacific Northwest, where we were supposed to have vampire weather all year long, and instead we are having record-breaking heats.
I'm hearing a lot of friends from Vancouver who are like, this is insane. Like how hot it is over there. So
yeah.
Am I back?
Was Kevin missing?
Yeah, I didn't. He had the same blank expression on his face the entire time. So
don't even need me here. Flyzone21 says no AC. That is rough. I know how that feels like. Stay hydrated. Put those fans. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The fans are just blowing the hot air back at me. I feel like I'm in the sauna.
That's the worst.
Yeah.
You should have get a cooling bandana. So you take a bandana, you wrap it up, dip it in water, bring it out and wear it around your neck.
Oh, okay.
It'll cool you down.
I might have to do that after this.
Yeah. Oh yes, we have Prague in the house.
Just go get it.
Thanks for hopping in. Yeah, we had a fun earthquake. Oh no. And Star Marvel 76, welcome. Star Marvel says he watches twice. Hellspawn Hulk is in the house, 35 Celsius, baking in the heat. It was pretty hot today. I had to build my daughter's bike in this heat. Nasser, Amish Ace, what's going on? He says, am I too late for Paul to spoil this episode?
One mistake. One mistake. And it's a recap episode, so
I
it's
know,
not a spoiler.
It's not even a big deal.
I just have to say, it is a recap. If
Yes.
you're watching it and you haven't seen the episode, you're watching an entire episode of spoilers.
I can't imagine my friends who come in, they're like, oh, we haven't seen it. I don't mind spoilers. And then you saying that, they're like, what? No, why did you say that? Like, no, you do fine.
Straight to it.
They're like, why would Paul say that?
You ruined Star Wars for me. Now I can never watch it.
You don't have to watch the episode first if you don't mind spoilers. I mean, a lot of people.
Don't worry about Prague. He's just being Prague.
Okay. And also, yes, finally, Fred. Fred made it. Here we go.
Oh, Fred's here, so we can get started.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Yes. Any new toys for anyone?
Oh.
I know, Paul, you unboxed a Hot Toys.
So many new toys.
So many new toys. I love it.
So many. Oh, those look awesome, Yoko. I ordered one online. I broke down and I ordered one online.
Hope we get a Paul Auto.
Paul, I was on your stream. You were talking about the cards. And then as you were talking, I was on eBay looking. I'm like, you know what? I'll pay like, I don't know, what was it, $50, $60? That's cheaper than a case. But then if I buy a case and I don't get it,
yeah,
that would suck. But at least I'm getting your card that I want, that I know I want for sure. And then as I finally talked to my fiance, she's like, yeah, just go get it. And then I turn around and it's gone. And then I'm pretty sure Tommy was on eBay at the same time and he bought it.
He sniped it from you?
Yeah. Well, it was a buy now, but it was the equivalent of that, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. Oh, thank you, Prague, for following the channel over on Twitch. Fluffy Pancake and some other people. I was testing Call of Duty on the weekend, and it didn't really work great. Anyway, let me add some pictures. Let me add some pictures to the screen. Paul he opened a Hot Toys Grogu and some Blu-rays, I believe.
Premium 4K box sets. Yes.
No, not just Blu-rays.
No. Not. Yeah, no. The high-end stuff. So I got the collector's edition, the ultimate four disc 4K HDR American Werewolf in London, the German fancy schmancy box set with all the the extra cards and the poster inside and the booklet. Really fantastic set. Unfortunately, I don't speak any German, so it's a lovely. I think they only made 2,600 of them, and I got number 1001, which is pretty cool. And then Dunkirk, the one-click 4K edition of that from Manta Labs, and it's 3 steelbook edition, 3 different covers for it basically. So it's like a comic book, the variant covers. So.
What's up, Chris? That's some finger hearts for Chris. He always tries to get me to say like I won't, and I won't. So yes, before we proceed to episode 9,
you won't say the L word back to him. Is that what's happening?
I say it all the time, but I'm not some sort of
just not in public. You don't want to? Are you embarrassed?
Sort of like I don't know.
You need to talk this out.
Trained animal. When he says speak, I do it for him. Like, come on, it's supposed to be meaningful.
Okay.
It's got to be special. Like if everyone who said to Paul, "Hey, can you give me an OKCU every time?" It kind of loses its meaning.
Does it?
Are you asking me? Kind of. Yeah. I save my bullets. Bullet. It's like Kevin says. Now it's saying an OKCU is not like saying I love you back to somebody.
No, it is.
Let's put it that way.
Having you say it to somebody is the equivalent of that, because it's like me saying to somebody like, who the hell cares, right? But you're uppa.
But it's not just somebody. It's somebody who's been saying it to you repeatedly in a public forum, and you just won't reciprocate publicly. Yeah. Which, you kind of go, well, do you love them? Do you? I don't think so.
And if you don't, I think there's another conversation you need to have.
Yeah.
This is for another stream.
I'm just concerned.
We all saw Jerry Maguire. We know how this is going to end.
Chris is awesome. But however, in July, I'm planning to do a lot more streams, a lot more content, more reviews, just to see what like a 1 month push will do, how taxing it is for me, but to see if it's worth the time, like how much more, what kind of feedback I can get for everyone on the channel too. So yes, let's get started. Episode 9, Bounty Lost. Spoilers ahead. If you don't mind spoilers, please do stick around. And I hope you've already seen this episode. We continue right away from the end of the previous episode, Reunion, where the team, the Clone Force 99, has just escaped from being hunted by Crosshair. But he's still on their tail. He now seems a lot better. He doesn't have his breathing apparatus on anymore.
Ooh, but he's still looking pretty crispy.
He is looking pretty crispy. And now that's making me hungry. Also, Marcus Yee is saying he's eating some dumplings right now. He's always trying to get me to enable me to eat some other food. But they're hot on, like, Crosshair's hot on their tail. So like we drop into the episode again into another chase, which is awesome. Again, setting the tone, I think, for the rest of the episode. And then they come to the realization that Omega is long gone. There's no point sticking around because Hunter was knocked out. Bounty Hunter took her away already. And they can't save her if they get blasted out of the air or out of space by Crosshair. So they decide to escape into hyperspace, through hyperspace, whichever one is. Somebody will correct me. That's the beauty of the internet. If you're wrong, somebody will correct you. Usually it's Paul, for me.
Shut up, Kevin.
So we cut over to Cad Bane's. Oh yes, hyperspace. What?
Hyperspace.
That is hyperspace. We cut over to Cad Bane's ship, and Omega is in a cell. And at the same time, on the other side, Todo's trying to repair himself. And did Paul, Yoko, did you notice when Cad Bane came down the ladder in the ship, his music, was it always so westerny, like cowboy-ish, or did they kind of play it up?
Yeah.
He's literally wearing a cowboy hat.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's new. That and the chaps and the overall look of him is like a gunslinger.
Yeah.
I just thought I didn't remember the music being that, in your face, but
Like on the nose?
yeah, in your face and on the nose. Do you think those two sayings are I don't know.
I think it's this two different ways of saying the same thing.
I can't say for sure that I remember it from the previous shows, but it was definitely blatant in the last episode.
Right.
In the previous episode. So, but
especially later on, he tips his hat when he sees another person. I'm not going to spoil that name yet. So yes, Todo is there. He's trying to fix his leg, and you can kind of see the beginnings of Omega trying to mess with him, and he's a droid, so that shows you how intuitive she is. And then they kind of show Cad Bane's head here.
Yes.
Yeah.
So my eldest pointed this out for me, and that was from Boba.
Right.
Boba Fett gave them that nice big chunk out of his head. Boba Fett did that.
Have you seen? So there was some footage from Clone Wars, I believe, that wasn't fully animated or that wasn't fully finished, but it was the showdown between Boba Fett and Cad Bane, and which is how Boba Fett gets that ding in his helmet. It's from this guy and their shootout. It's not that, I don't think it's canon yet. Maybe it's already
now.
It is now because of his metal head here.
I think they're skewing in that direction.
Right. Matt R. from the Butter Nation, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. So yeah, it was really cool to see that addition. I guess gives you more questions, but also leaves more open storytelling for other shows as well down the line. Maybe like a cool flashback.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
And he's Cad Bane calls Lama Su, and he's like, I have Omega, and they decide to meet. That they're going to send the is it a ransom money? No, I guess the bounty money to an abandoned cloning facility. And Nala says, "Okay, I'll bring the money." And then these names are ridiculous. I feel like I'm talking about Muppets. Lama Su says, "You know what? I don't think I trust you to bring it." Yeah, because she's a little bit too invested in Omega, and I think she's more worried about Omega's well-being. Where Lama Su is just like, I just want the genetic material, get rid of her, and he sends the Tan Wei. I like this little council of the cloners, though. I thought it was a really cool scene that they set up. Smash Lab says, I still never seen the Bad Batch. Perfect.
Why?
I don't know. Yeah, so what did you, Paul, Yoko, what did you think about this? He's kind of ruthless, how they're just like, send her to the lower levels and extract the stuff. And then
terminate her?
Yeah. DJ, does it not sound very familiar, though? Echoes of another show?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Right? Like, right down to Cad Bane. I said the name, Cad Bane, calling Omega the asset. Like,
right.
I believe he refers to her as the asset, right down to let's extract the material and then get rid of her.
Yeah.
Right? Sounds a lot like they just like the same like echoes from the Mandalorian, right? I mean, this would be pre-Mandalorian in the timeline.
Every time you say echo, all I can think of is there an echo in here?
Right.
Come on.
Yes. Yes.
MC.
Speaking of echo, I got 2 more of them.
What?
It's got to be intentional, right? Like I feel like it's intentional choices they are making to make it mirror what's happening in the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Because I don't believe them to be lazy storytellers, so there's got to be a purpose behind it, right?
With all the planning and amount of money and stuff and people involved, I can't believe not a single person's like, hey, these are kind of the same story. Maybe we should do something different. But then I was thinking the other day, if Kenobi is protecting protecting Luke, I hope this isn't a spoiler for anybody or their children watching. But it's they're kind of on the run, kind of hiding from people looking at, like, trying to catch them. There are three shows that are very similar themes going on at the same time. Exactly. Bad Batch is like, can I copy your homework? Yes, just change it a little bit.
No, I agree with Yoko, though. I think they're doing this on purpose.
Yeah.
There is a reason for all this, and we'll find out what it is. But I mean, they're strong themes that are running through, and even down to, like, if you look at the Mandalorian, Dr. Pershing has he's got the logo of the cloners there, right? So it's all, and then even you see the back to tanks later on in I think season 2 of Mandalorian.
Mm-hmm.
You see them with the different. They're trying to clone something, right? So it's an ongoing process, and it ties in. I don't know if they're trying to tie it in with Snoke and the Emperor getting recloned and all that stuff, whether they're trying to fix that up, clean up that sort of a mess. But no, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting.
Matt R says, I think the timeline matches. We could be seeing Grogu's origin. Wait,
Grogu would have.
Grogu wasn't cloned.
Survived the purge of Order 66, so he was already around.
Right.
This predates Grogu, and I think they mentioned on Mandalorian. Queel says he looks like he's an original product, like he's not a product of the clones because of the cloners, because Queel has experience with clones. It seems.
Does he? I don't remember that part.
Yeah, he was talking about it, and then, well, he's dead now, but oh no, I spoiled another thing. I don't care.
Paul's on a rampage.
I don't care anymore. The Leafs out of the playoffs, and I just don't give a no.
Newsflash: Paul is on the Mandalorian season 2.
Spoiler. I'm gonna bid on my own card. Should I bid on my own autograph?
Don't bid up on my. Is that all right? Let me check.
It's I think they're working on something big here. They are definitely working on something big, something that's going on. And we find out later in the episode what the Kaminoans are after, why Omega is so important. I'm not going to say why until we get to that point, because I don't want to offend any delicate sensibilities of people out there who've already seen the show. Because heaven forbid I jump the queue and ruin the conversation.
Maybe
the
some
flow,
people,
the flow of conversation.
maybe some people don't watch the show and they just come here for
The shenanigans.
low res
Well, then-
screenshots and our conversation.
But if they don't watch a show and they just want the interaction, then nobody should care about if I jump the queue. If they just want to see those interactions and they don't care about the content. Sorry, I'm feisty. I'm feeling feisty today.
I know it was just a good clip. It was just a very good and your reaction. It was fantastic. So on the ship, the Bad Batch finally figure out who Cad Bane is. They're searching through old Republic records and they find all these previous, I guess, encounters that the Jedi had with Cad Bane. He tried to abduct the Emperor at some point. What was his title? He wasn't the Emperor yet, but Palpatine. And so
Chancellor?
Tech,
The Chancellor.
Well, at this point, he is the Emperor now though.
right?
Because the Empire is ruling, right?
Empirical.
No, it's the Empire. That's why they're making everybody receive chain codes.
Right.
Right.
It just so happens at that same point, Tech, he's like, oh, I was just studying her genetic material even further. And it's like, this is why she's so valuable. She's pure first generation DNA, not modified for accelerated growth and obedience. So it's like a pure replication. We've already seen this before. There's only one other in the Star Wars universe, a future mediocre bounty hunter. Originally, his code name was Alpha, after which he was renamed to Bubble Tea Fett.
Bubble Tea Fett.
What is this magnetic plate? I'm very interested. Oh, magenta plate?
Magenta. So the plate that's on for sale, Colin Hollis is mentioning right now, there is a certain autographed plate, and it's made out of steel or metal, aluminum or something, and it's in the printing process. I think they use there's three different type colors. There's magenta, there's cyan, I think there's black.
Oh, for the card.
And so when they do the pressings, they actually use those metal plates to add the colors by layers. And that's a collectible. That's a 1 out of 1. Like, I had to sign like 1,500 of those little sheet things. So there's like 1,500 autographed cards out there, but a few of them are just 1 of 1. So just like the white autograph card, the base level one, there's a lot more of those, and the bronze level ones are a little bit more expensive. Yeah. So that top one right there is ridiculous. $214, but it's just 1 out of 1. So that, for me, for my money, is the most collectible out of all those.
Right.
Just because there's only the one. Now, there was a bronze one in there somewhere, and that's going for a ridiculous amount too.
So is this? So you have your SIG, and then they put it on there. This is something that's found in a pack, or is somebody from?
They're all
that's
randomized. They just put them out and put them out, and if you're lucky, I mean, I watched some box breaks after you told me about them, and I was like, oh, okay. And yeah,
it's bad.
Yoko, how many of those do you have?
I have 4. One's going to Kevin.
Dang.
I'm going to open 2 for sure, and then decide if I want to open the 3rd one.
Right.
Are you going to do a box break?
I am on Wednesday. All are invited.
Yay.
Everyone check out Livin La Vida Yoko on Twitch. If you are not already on doing so on Twitch, you're probably only here on Twitch because of Yoko anyway, but I appreciate you. Thank you. Don't forget to check that out.
Yeah.
I mean, these 23 hours. Okay. So tomorrow night. Okay. Cool.
Well, and see the one below that, I think
sorry.
for 62. No, it's okay. I think that's a base level card. There's the bronze one. So that's almost 200. Underneath it is the bronze one.
That stuff doesn't really matter to me, because to me they're just changing the border of it, and they're making it rarer. So
Yeah.
I'm cool with the base one.
Well, I mean, and that's the thing, because I think the bronze one looks like
Those
they
are
only had
numbered,
50
too.
of those.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other ones are numbered.
It's like, we're going to change this border and short print it, and it's going to be worth... Yeah, okay. I'm cool with the base one then. That stuff is all... It
Yeah.
depends on who's buying it. So which one are you bidding on, Paul?
I'd probably the magenta one if I were to do that. But I can get my own autograph for free, so I don't know why I'm even... like, why am I bidding on these? It's cool. It's because it's cool, and it's metal. You know, it's got that metal. It's like, oh, 1 of 1. But I can make my own metal card.
Oh, for sure.
Sign it, and like write a personalized thing to myself, and write 1 of 1 on it. And so it's weird. I find this whole thing really fascinating. Did
you ever get into collecting cards, or other than sports cards?
No, thank God. I think the closest I got was when I was in grade 2. Collecting the hockey cards, OPC. Do you remember that brand?
Yeah,
OPC hockey.
They still make cards, OPC.
Yeah, but I didn't care about the cards. I think I had like 6 Wayne Gretzky rookie ones, and I didn't care. We destroyed them all, right? Because we used them to put in the spokes of our bikes.
Oh, people actually did that. I thought that was just on TV.
No, we did that. And there's the gum, man. That's all I wanted was the sugar. Right. Just the smell of that gum. It still brings me. I mean, it's so nostalgic.
That's crazy. Hey, RG's in the house. Amish Ace says, "Did you actually sign these?" Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know why I'm answering for you. Yes, he did. Tommy K says, "Kevin and Paul are going to bid each other up on the plates." Tommy,
shut up.
Yeah, thank you. That one was deserved. You sniped that one from me, and I'm bitter. But I'm so happy that you're here to watch with us. Are they going to make a live action version of
Thank you for being here.
If they were to make a live action version of Tech, wouldn't he look like Pershing? Why would he look like Pershing? I don't know.
Unless he's a clone.
He cloned him. Pershing's a clone? Who knows?
That's Echo
though. Yeah, this screenshot is Echo. This is the only screenshot that I got from that scene that was usable. Yes. So, how did you feel about this? I mean, we kind of all... Well, this kind of puts to rest the what. Well, you still don't really know what Omega's powers are.
What are we talking? Oh,
other than being a pure clone of...
Are we talking about Boba Fett?
Jango Fett, who is now a female clone. Boba Fett, well, you know, his code name was Alpha. I think it's cool that they tied that together, Alpha and Omega, beginning and the end. So that was a quick, you know, they said his code name was Alpha, but, you know, we still don't know if she has powers, because we don't know what the Phase 3 thing for the clones would be, right? Or is it just super tuned in clones? Yoko, what do you think?
I mean, yeah, could be. But what I think, I don't want to say yet.
Okay. That's fair.
Till we get to the end.
Paul, what did you think about this, I guess, minor revelation?
Well, I think it was something that I had suspected the entire time through. I mean, they lay enough breadcrumbs in it, especially when they were talking about the whole the genetic material for the clones, it's degrading. We need something fresh, blah, blah, blah. And they're totally after her. And so that's what I had guessed, that she was from the original sort of unaltered, pure strain of genetic material, just like Boba, the most mediocre bounty hunter in the galaxy, as you so put. Lovely dig, by the way. So
it's
yeah, no, I mean,
down.
I wasn't surprised. There is something in it that there is a twist that I'm not going to ruin yet. I said yet, right? Which means I will ruin it eventually. But in the episode, which I quite liked as well, and when we get to it, we'll discuss it. But so far, it was just a what's the word called? A verification is a confirmation of what I had already suspected all along. And I have theories as well. Probably not as smart as Yoko's, but...
I don't know if mine are smart. But you know, it was just exciting because we kind of suspected something like that, and then to hear it, I think what they do a good job is it's stuff that we suspect, but then they drop it on us. I think when we're not necessarily expecting it, so that kind of makes it fun, right?
So I want to. Matt R wrote, she's basically female Boba, so she can do everything he can. She
But
can
better.
actually do more. Yeah, because she can procreate, right?
Yeah,
Like she can procreate. That's a step up from Boba and from Django, right? They couldn't. I mean, I guess technically they could. They just had to find a willing partner, I guess. Okay, well that just blows.
She is the same though, in the sense that she could also fall into a Sarlacc pit. Echo pieces together at this point that like, hey, the Kaminoans, like their whole operation is based on her. That's why they want her back so bad. They're probably the ones who, you know, put out the bounty on her. And Hunter still says, let's go check in with Sid to check this stuff. I'm surprised they're still in conversation, and she actually gets back to them and gives them some information when they were so worried. She's like, oh, you owe me money, and it seems like they're kind of on the run now. I thought that was
it's still like the same day though. It's been like a day. These last 3 episodes have been like a day.
From when they first get there to Braca.
From when they I think it's been like the same day.
Yeah, because they're still hot on the tail of Cad Bane. Safe to say his name, right?
Yes,
Cad is taken off, and then that's why Hunter's like, no, we can't leave until we find her. Right? It's like, well, if you hadn't been shot and lost her again, then you would be searching for her again. So yeah, I think Yoko's right. The timeline is, even though it's over the span of 3 episodes, it's pretty compressed. It's all sort of the same day, and the fact that Crosshair is still rather crispy as he's, you know, flying after them, and it's funny because Crosshair still can't seem to hit them, you know.
Yeah,
even though he's firing at them, he keeps missing.
I think he has one eye covered. Maybe his vision is slightly
better then
affected.
Should be better.
Like when you look in the sniper scope.
Yeah. I don't know.
By the way, Paul, you didn't sign an NDA here. You can spoil whatever and whenever you want.
I don't want to disrupt the flow of the conversation.
You know I have nothing prepared. Come on.
You have all these low-res screenshots.
Yeah, it took a lot of time. I don't know how these other channels get high-res screenshots and like they don't get. How do you use it on YouTube? How is that? And then they have audio clips from the show and like actual video. I don't know how that stuff works.
They probably use like programs you have to pay money for, and then instead of the freebies, I find like if you're trying to do this, like if you get the ones that you download and you do to get the screen caps, it's just like the functionality isn't as sharp as if you pay for a subscription for one of these other third-party servers that can cut and clip.
I'm just wondering how YouTube allows them to, you know, play.
I think they just can't monetize. If they say it's for review purposes only and they give a proper credit, I think that's how they get on like clip courtesy of Lucasfilm or Disney Plus, and you give them proper credit and you can't monetize, then you're okay if you can do that. Because I think news services, that's what they do. Basically.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
But don't take my word for it. I mean, this is what I'm guessing.
The Star Wars man told me. But Mr. Lucas, the Star Wars man told me.
The Star Wars man.
Not legally binding.
The Star Wars man, the guy from the No. So eventually, Omega convinces Seth Green that she's there to help him. She can put his leg back on, and she does. Which did you, Paul and Yoko? Did you at any point think like, oh, she's really just going to help him? Because she did fix it, which kind of, I don't know, made the turn or made the betrayal just prolonged it a little bit longer, because finally she's like, she fixed him, but then she also turned him off right after.
It kind of went how I figured it would, and you know what? He's a little jerk, so he deserves it. He's cute, but he's a jerk.
I think she's playing the long game.
Yes.
I think she's planting the seeds of Bane is cheating like a shit. Yeah. And even though you're a little asshole, I'm going to fix your leg really, really well, and I'll still screw you over, but I'm gonna fix your leg, right? And he doesn't.
Oh yeah, because then later in the episode when he's like, "Wow, it really does feel as good as new."
Yeah, it's like, oh, they're planting those seeds, and at when Cad Bane least expects it, he's gonna get screwed.
Yeah,
he's gonna get screwed over.
Is Rex a Generation 1 or 2 clone?
He's first generation, I believe.
Omega said that.
Right. In what is it? 2 episodes? Well, the Rex episode. She said the lines on his face are old.
Mm-hmm.
So here she is, fixing him. They're landing. Cad Bane's landing on the facility, and he goes down to the hold of the ship, I guess, and finds Toto's just powered down.
Oh,
yeah. And Omega, luckily, Omega finds her communications device so she can get in touch with the team. But luckily, they're going to an abandoned Kaminoan facility where she's familiar with the technology and the look of it. So that's able to aid her in her little escape plan.
Mm-hmm.
But she's able to contact the team, but it's short range communications or something. They, like Rogue One, maybe you need to get the satellite to boost the signal and send the signal out.
I'm impressed at the range of her little arm comm thing. It can reach across solar systems, like star systems. I'm really impressed, I have to say. Like, I don't know the tech behind it, but I always thought it was like a very short range, like interplanetary even.
Yeah.
Right.
It would be like not line of sight, but it would be limited to just even a planet and even barely that. So the fact that it can actually transmit across the galaxy was impressive and a bit for me. I was like, I don't know, but okay.
Yeah, I mean,
it seemed a bit too it seemed a bit too convenient. I mean, she's on the Kaminoan facility. Everything still seems to work. I love how all these abandoned places still work if you know which buttons to press. But they just we're just gonna leave it. We're not gonna strip anything. We're just gonna leave it. That's abandoned. That's what we do. The Empire does it. Everybody does it. Just leave it.
There's a lot of waste going on.
And they go. But see, it would have been cooler. I think a little bit more believable had she does that, right? She gets the communications array up and running and going. That to me would have been a little bit more believable.
Yeah.
But
Chris wants someone to draw. You want someone to draw Star Wars, man? Do it. But first of all, you're the talented artist here. He's like, I don't want to do it. Someone else draw that, please.
He's talking to future Mr. Jones.
Tomorrow, me draw this. I love Cad Bane coming through the smog to capture Omega again. But let's see. He's dragging her along. He's like, oh, you're lucky they want me to bring you in alive because she's being really annoying, like most children, and asking a lot of questions. And in their path, they find a dead Tan Wei. Rest in peace, Tan Wei. I know MC mentioned it earlier. He's trying to disrupt the flow. I didn't let that affect me. And
Good job.
Apparently, that's the Kaminoan that greets Obi-Wan in Attack of the Clones.
Yeah.
When he first gets to whatever that water city is. And who should appear? But finally, we get to see Fennec Shand again.
Fennec. And guess who was right about Fennec?
What did you say? I forget.
Well, you guys thought she was just a jerk, and I was like, no, she's actually trying to help her.
Well, debatable. Paul, counterpoint.
She's being paid to help her.
She could have just taken that money and ran right there.
If you take the money and her, then you can bring her back and you get double money because that's money from Lama Su.
Yeah, but she wasn't really trying to, well, I mean, I guess at a point I think she was trying to also, what am I trying to say here? At the end, when she realized that she wasn't going to be able to grab Omega herself, she was just making sure to let Omega escape. And so she was distracting Cad Bane so that Cad Bane couldn't get after her.
Well,
Nope, I'm taking this win. Thank you. Moving on.
We'll address that when we get there. How about that? But as noted, they're basically it's basically two different Kaminoans fighting for the same thing while also doing something behind the Empire's back. It's just like subterfuge behind it's just everyone working behind everyone's back, which is kind of crazy as it is. But it's cool because it brings us one of the coolest animated fights and matchups I've seen in a while. So I'm super excited. She can hold. RMD Collective says Fennec can hold her own against Cad Bane. Yeah, I mean, they used everything in their arsenal to fight each other, whereas Cad Bane just took out Hunter in one shot. And then more of the drawing on the Western style motifs. I feel like they use this a lot lately. Am I purposely mispronouncing Kaminoan? How should it be? Kaminoan? I don't know. Kaminoan. Let's see.
I thought it was Kaminoan. I think in the episode they say Kaminoan.
Is action figure actually saying Kaminoan? Is that how? Because it's the planet Kamino. So Kaminoan.
In the planet of Canada, we are Canadians. We've got Toto sneaking up. He ends up grabbing the credits. And man, Canadian. When Cad Bane throws that detonator at her and then she does that spin kick and kicks it right at Toto and knocks him out the window.
Yeah.
How badass is that? She's crazy.
And she blew up the money, which I love.
And then he was still holding the empty case, though. That kind of killed me. He kept holding it until he got a new directive.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, so basically, even if you lose the money, the Omega is the bounty. That's where you're gonna get paid again. So they both know, like, if the credits are gone, the next most important thing, get the kid. That's your payday. So like if she had both the case of money from another person and the kid, she would get paid twice. So debatable if she's really.
Well, here's the thing though. Why didn't she just give Cad Bane the money?
Here. They were about to.
Yeah. No, but just give me the kid. Here's the throw me the whip. I'll give you the idol. It's one of those things, right? Like.
Yeah.
Well, they were about to, and then that jerk little
and then that's when
interrupted. Yeah.
Yeah. The little sneaky droid.
Yeah.
With the double cross, I think they did propose.
Like they hesitated, like they were making an exchange. I feel like they were hesitating it while they were sizing each other up, and then Toto came up and grabbed the suitcase out of her hand, and so then she fired.
Because at the end of the day, Cad Bane would still get his money, minus the kid, and then she would still get the kid and get paid. So I think they tried that until there was the double cross. But as they start fighting, Toto ruined it. Yeah, he's not very good at the plan for the mission, because something he does later on is just like, this is not the point of the mission. But as the two bounty hunters are fighting, this gives Omega the chance to kind of run ahead into the facility. She finds one of these really kind of gross looking cloning pods. And I think this shot was really cool, as low res as this is. She sees the reflection of herself in the cloning equipment because she's a clone. And as Paul said, as long as you know where to touch on the computer, it'll turn on and all the power is there. She's able to activate this computer, activate the satellite. I really have to learn my Aurebesh alphabet so I can kind of read this stuff on the fly. That would be cool. And she's able to get a signal to the Bad Batch, but this is where Fennec catches up with her, and she's like, I'm saving you from a better outcome, because if you go with Cad Bane, it's gonna be a worse fate for you. They're gonna clone you and run experiments on you and stuff, which they show her. She's like, you kind of already know what's going on, and she kind of motions towards the clones, and then Omega drops this clone tube on.
That was pretty gnarly.
It's so gross. Like,
Yeah.
ew.
What
It's
is
all
it?
slimy and clone juice. It looks like one of those
Definitely
Area 51.
Definitely slimy.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, but that's the thing. Fennec Shand, even though she wants to, I mean, help Omega, she's lost Omega's trust because the first
Yeah.
time they met,
Yeah.
she just tried to snatch her up, and so Omega she just doesn't trust her.
Yeah.
No matter how nice she is, no matter what she does,
Yeah.
she does not trust her. So,
Which is the right call, but
She's finally getting it.
mhm.
MC says, my boy Snoke in the lab again.
is that Snoke though?
I don't think this is a Snoke.
It's like a pre-Snoke, a pre-Snoke.
I think it's a
Oh my god!
Kaminoan. I don't know. Now I'm
It's a Canadian.
second.
You're
It's a
being very-
Canadian.
You're self-conscious about it because somebody's pointed it out now.
Second guessing myself.
You're like, oh,
And then Omega's escaping again. She sees these escape pods. They look like the pods that Goku arrived to Earth in, all the Saiyan pods. So she's got to climb down this very Cloud City-esque planet or facility.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, like these two are fighting each other. Really awesome. Like you see Cad Bane uses his flamethrower. Paul's brought a friend.
I know. Do I need to get my child?
no, my dog jumped up on the thing and it was gonna wreck it, and I have no space to put it. He actually knocked over a couple of boxes. Are you happy?
Podrick.
Okay, I got mine.
So I'm looking for a place to clear my desk so I can.
Okay, keep it for the thumbnail at the end. And they take turn kicking each other's asses. But Fennec basically would have killed him
Yeah.
if he didn't have
Rocket
boot
boots.
thrusters, right? That would have been it. She throwed the
That was cool.
what's
That was
that
cute.
thing called? Bola?
Bolos?
Bolo?
Bolos.
Yes. Wrapped up his arms, kicked him off the side, which was crazy kick. The spin kick was so fast I couldn't even get a good screenshot. Not that it was any clearer or less blurrier than what we have now. Kicks him off the side. He survives with the ankle thrusters, and Omega escape pod gets picked up by the Marauder, and we're happy to see Wrecker again. She's happy to see him. They're very excited to get her back, and
This reunion was very sweet.
it was fantastic
It
reunion.
gave me feels.
I didn't believe it for 1 minute.
What do you mean?
Sorry. Hunters, don't worry. This will never happen again.
Oh,
How many
that
times did he lose her? How many times? Come on,
I'm sure
man.
he's not planning for this to happen.
Yeah, I know, but like that's a pretty far-fetched thing to say. It's like we're gonna try. We're gonna try. Chances
Paul-
are they are gonna come after you. That's the whole series is based on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna try. And you're never gonna be safe.
But as the
But we'll
parent,
do our
he has
best.
to say that.
No.
He's not gonna
I
be like,
know.
you might get kidnapped. Let's be real.
Let's
You're
be-
probably gonna be kidnapped.
How many
again.
times? There's been an attempted one, an actually successful one. We've been captured. We've been shot at. You still
Some
don't have a
monsters.
helmet or a hat, but you'll be safe with us. Trust us.
Is that what he said though? Because she said she never wants to go back to Camino, and he said he promised that she would never have to go back. He didn't necessarily promise her safety.
No, I think you're right. I didn't watch it the second time. This screen cap just looks like he's saying, "Don't
Yeah.
worry, you'll always be safe with us."
Well, at the end, he's pretty much saying like, send however many bounty hunters will be here to protect you, kind of deal.
Yeah.
Not that it won't.
This is when she was just like, why is this happening?
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
And this is when they tell her that she's valuable to the cloners.
Yeah.
The issue I had with Toto being stupid was that she's climbing down this big ladder, handcuffed, and he's just trying to pull her off. Like, what was his plan? Because they needed her alive. So I didn't know what Todo was doing. He's just did he know that they needed her alive for the mission, which is crazy for him to try
Or
and
was he might have
drag her.
been trying to slow her down or something? I don't know. But yeah, that's a good point. Toto was feeling murderous there.
And Cad Bane tries to give chase, but his ship has been sabotaged by Fennec Shand. Very professional move. It's like in the car chase scene, you stab the other guy's tire first so they can't chase you, or kick down the row of motorcycles so the biker gang can't chase you. That kind of deal.
Pull out the distributor caps so they can't start their engine.
And this is the part where
catalytic converters.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Sorry.
That's funny. And this is the part where Fennec Shand conveniently gets a call from Nala Se. She's like, I need an update. And she says, she got away with those funny looking clones from the previous episode. Not the exact words, but that's the basic feel of it. And Nala Se is like, okay, you know what? That's cool. As long as she's not going to be brought back to Kamino to be experimented on, and we have the Bad Batch protecting them, I'm cool with that. Just come here and I'll give you your money. And she was like, you know, I could, for a higher fee, I can chase them for you. So Yoko, is she really just being nice? Because she did offer, hey, give me more money and I'll be even nicer.
I mean, I think she's still gonna look for jobs to make money because that's what she's doing. But that doesn't mean that she's not gonna be looking out for old Omega.
But so are you saying that Fennec actually has like protective feelings about Omega? Or
I think she does. I think
really?
she does. Yeah.
That's interesting. Because I see it as her I mean, it's a gig for her, right? It's a really well-paying gig.
I think she could still sell out for money or something, but I think there is part of her that is looking out for Omega.
We will see. Do you think they will be bringing back Fennec Shand this season after that? Kind of it seems like an end to her story for this show.
Yeah, seems like it could be. But no, this is what I'm thinking, and maybe this is obvious, but I just started thinking, like, could this actually be like a prequel, kind of a backstory into Book of Boba Fett?
Could be.
And, will we see Omega in that? Mm-hmm. Her and Boba Fett together with Fennec, and maybe there's like more, But I don't know. But then I feel like something else has to happen between Omega and Fennec to lead up to that point. But
I don't think it's the end. Yeah, I don't think it's the end of Fennec Shand in this season. I think they're going to bring her back. I don't think she's as altruistic as Yoko you're making her out to be. I think you have to be like there's the whole Fennec Shand arc seems to be one of redemption, especially with how it's Mandalorian season 2, where she's at, how she feels a debt of honor to Boba Fett, the reasons behind that. And I think, like a lot of these redemption arcs, something really nasty has to happen earlier on. And I think that's what they're laying the groundwork for, I think. And that's what makes me believe that she's very mercenary about this. She's using every ability she can to try to win Omega over. But in the end, she's a ruthless bounty hunter. I mean, she killed a bunch of people with no compunctions just because they were in her way and she needed like that speeder. So I think... I don't know if she feels that. I just think there's got to be something really nasty that she does that would make her seem irredeemable in order to begin that journey to redemption.
Right.
I don't know. That's my 2 cents on that. But I'm wondering too. So they're looking for Omega. They know Boba exists. Why are they not looking out for the Alpha? Or are they? Are they searching for Boba Fett?
In that council, the Cloners Council. No, wait. When Tech brings it up, he says Alpha was lost during the beginning of the Clone Wars.
Yeah,
so
they don't think he's alive, right?
Remaining.
Yeah. That's it.
But why would they think he's dead? Because Django's dead?
maybe this is just
what
the
happens to him.
easier way, like the easiest lead for them. You know, like they know for sure she's there, whereas the other one they don't even know where to begin to look for him. So they're just going with this thread, I guess. Trevor, what's going on? He says, "Yeah, no way, Filoni doesn't want a live action Cad Bane."
That's not what he said.
We'll see. Oh, Marcus had an interesting question. Who should be cast to play Omega? I guess our guesses. Who would be cast as Omega if she were to appear in the Book of Boba Fett? So she would be old-ish. Well, like middle-aged. Tamara Morrison, Mandalorian season 2 age. I don't know.
Are they? What's the timeline on that though? Like, were they created at the exact same time, or is she younger than Boba Fett?
She might be a little bit younger.
That's the thing.
Because he was like what, a teenager in Clone Wars?
I thought he was younger because he was in the cadet school at some point, pretending to be, you know, in one of the cadets training on his mission to kill Mace Windu. Spoilers. So I don't know, around the same age. Perhaps Omega has something more special than Boba that hasn't been revealed yet. That is possible. It hasn't been ruled out that she doesn't have other skills, special set of skills. But cast a New Zealand actor, says Chamba. That's the wrong message. I don't know any New Zealand actors. Maybe Chamba can let us know. Yeah, but they're probably around the same age, like Matt R. Matt R says.
Yeah.
Siblings. And
that feels right.
This is the final scene, and like the really nice shot that I was talking about, where he says, Hunter, full dad mode, even though he's not very qualified. He's just saying, like, bring him on. I'll fight him off for you. I won't let anyone take you, kind of deal. And that's the end of this episode. Any thoughts on the final scene? Thoughts on the episode overall, Yoko?
It was a great episode. I loved it. I think there's more to Fennec's character than you guys are giving her credit for, and we'll see.
That's fair.
But now I just can't stop thinking about it possibly tying into Book of Boba Fett, and I am excited to see where it goes. And I'm still hot.
Yes, you are.
How about Nicole Kidman? I don't know. That seems... I don't know. I don't know how old Nicole Kidman is. Paul, how about you? How do you feel about this ending, this episode? I know you only watched it once.
I really enjoyed that episode. There was a great reveal. I love the fact that there are two factions on the planet Kamino between its residents. I'm not going to say Kaminoan or Kaminoan or mispronounce it.
Kanadaminoans.
Canadians. Canadians? Yeah. I love that. I love that the fact that they are squabbling, and Lamassu, and he's very pragmatic, and he's like, no, and the other one, I can't remember her name.
Lamassu and Nala Se.
Yeah, Nala Se is actually feels that sort of affection and wants to protect her. And she's hired Fennec Shand to go out and get it. And I don't think I'm not trying to, I don't think less of Fennec Shand. I just think she is she's an up and coming bounty hunter who is more than capable. She kicked the crap out of Cad Bane, which I think was fabulous. I just don't think she's got that softness right now that she feels that she wants. Like, I don't think she would risk a contract to break a contract to save Omega. I don't get that feeling from her.
No, I don't necessarily think she'd do that either, but I think that doesn't mean she wouldn't feel bad about selling her out or something later.
Oh no, yeah, and I'm not denying that either. I don't think she's as cold-blooded as that either. Yeah. But I think when she does do that and chooses the contract over the mark, the asset, she's going to feel that, but that's going to begin her journey as well to becoming really hardened and really vicious and really like, I don't care.
Yeah.
And you see her come out the other side with Mandalorian season 2 and Book of Boba Fett. Let's see where her character goes for that, because
and then maybe that's why she kind of feels like she owes. I mean, I guess Boba Fett saves her, but like maybe that's why she feels like this connection with them too.
Right. Yeah.
But
that'd be cool to explore. I think that's gonna be a really cool thing.
I just think it's great that it's been like every episode has been fantastic, but like the last 3, it feels like they've been even like hitting even harder with each one, and just keeping up the pace, keeping up not just with action but also progressing the story as well, which has been fantastic. Fred says, more than halfway through the season, how are you guys feeling about the season so far as a whole? Anything you guys want to see as the big boy reveal as we reach the climax? I almost read that whole message perfectly. So close. Climax of season 1.
I want to know what a big boy reveal is.
It's like your Luke Skywalker level reveal.
It said big reveal. You said big boy. And I'm like, what the hell, man? Big boy reveal.
Yeah.
Like their little kid reveals. Like, that's Omega. She's actually a clone. To a big boy reveal, which is like
big reveal. Well, there's definitely some issues in my brain, but why don't we answer the question first? Who wants to go first?
Well, I just want to see Ahsoka at some point. That is my wish.
More Ahsoka?
More Ahsoka?
Yeah.
Any Ahsoka.
Oh yeah, well yeah, because then she's on the run as well too.
Just a glimpse. I just want a glimpse.
Yeah.
Shout outs to MC for this. Kaminoan's convenience.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah, but how do you feel about the season so far? Has this show kind of what you expected, exceeded what you expected so far?
I think I've gotten more into it than I kind of went into it really cautiously. I didn't want to get too excited, about it. But I'm still laughing about big boy reveal. I think I've lost my mind. But no, I think it's especially these last 2 episodes have really picked up and been exciting. And a lot of people complain about seeing like the characters from other shows or whatever, but I think that's so fun to tie the stories together. And I don't, I've seen the argument that it makes the galaxy seem small, but I also think it's fun that to get glimpses of these familiar characters and see their paths intertwine. Yeah. I think that's fun. We're seeing enough new stuff too.
I mean, yeah, there are enough new characters.
Yeah. That
as long as it just seems more organic, it doesn't seem forced that they're throwing in a callback or something. I think the one that bothered me was in Rogue One. They just threw in, C-3PO and R2 were in the hangar. It makes sense because they're with the rebels, but like they didn't really do anything. They're just like, oh, we'll just have them say something.
Or like a gratuitous cameo.
Yeah.
It didn't really affect the story. Yeah.
Like if they added the ghost, the rebels crew, the ghost ship in that battle, which was cool because like I didn't see it at first, but it wasn't so in your face, on the nose.
Yeah.
In your nose, it was just there. If you caught it, you caught it.
In your nose.
Didn't really. It was in your nose. Paul, who do you want to see as the big boy reveal or big girl?
Man, you're just crushing it with these metaphors. I don't know. I mean, with the big reveals being in your nose, you got to pick them out. I think. I love that they're really capitalizing on all the foundation. The beginning of any new series, you're laying the foundation for where it's going to go, and they've built that solid base. And people go, "Oh, it's filler, this, that," but they're setting up everything for the end game. And I love that. And I think they're really starting to gain momentum. They have all the pieces on the board. They're setting them in motion now. And they're going for a direction that I think, like really good storytellers or chess players, you think you're heading in one direction. And I think we're going to get knocked flat on our asses with something out of the blue. Where we're like, I agree with Yoko. I love seeing these other characters come in. It just shows the richness of this universe and the fact that, these are characters that are on the fringes that do interact with each other too. They're gonna cross because they deal with the same people. So it only makes sense that you're going to see more of them. And you're right too, Kevin. There's a lot of great new characters that they are introducing. Sid is one of them. And it's for me, the excitement is seeing how they're gonna tie it all together. I think we are gonna see a bit of Ahsoka. This is my prediction, because if we see Rex, he's working with Ahsoka, right? And so that you're going to tie into that. We've seen Saw Gerrera. They don't just bring these characters in for a flash in the pan type thing. They're laying foundational structures for maybe even season 2, right? Maybe they're playing the long game there. But I love it's picking up. The momentum is going now, and we're rushing headlong into something that's going to be, I think, a huge cliffhanger by the end of season 1. That's the feeling that I get too, because if you resolve what's happening with Omega, that's kind of like that's it for the Bad Batch. It's like I think this is something they have. It's got legs to go on a little bit longer as well. So I'm along for the ride. I'm enjoying it. There are characters that I didn't like at the beginning that I really like now. Wrecker being one of them. Yeah, Wrecker. I was like, and we've talked about this before, but he's really growing on me now, and I'm so glad I accidentally pre-ordered like 4 of him. So,
yeah, that's the reason.
So ridiculous. I'm excited to see what's going to happen there, because it's a time frame too, right? Because you got to realize that this is pre A New Hope. This is Luke is an infant. Obi-Wan is still fairly youngish. Everybody, everything it's the beginning of the Empire, right? And so, like, will we see Vader? Right? That's an interesting thing that is kind of like, do you bring Vader in? Why would you? Right? So it's interesting. And will the Empire, and I think that's the other thing, the Empire is going to hear about this. I mean, they're tiptoeing around it, trying to keep it so secret. But how do you mess up? Like, how do you raise the stakes and really, really put the fire to their feet? Right?
I was going to say, turn up the heat.
Yeah. So
we have great metaphors.
Yeah.
Also, just slightly adjacent to each other all the time. I'm trying to not guess who the big boy reveal is. Just gonna sit back and enjoy it and trying to let it happen and see who it is. 1-6 Shooter says, I think young Hera will be at the show on some point, because episode 12 they're going to Ryloth. I don't know if that's a fact. Where did you hear that? That'd be cool. I don't know if there's like not leaks, but plot points out there. Yes, big boy Rekka. Maybe some of the Inquisitors, but there's no Jedi around them for them to hunt. I don't know, but I would like to see more of those Vader's team of Inquisitors overall. I think they're really cool, and I think they deserve more toys for Black Series. We have the second sister, but then there's the other. Is that the second sister from Fallen Order, Yoko?
Yeah.
And then there's like the other really large alien one. There's a whole team of them.
Yeah.
I think those need a little bit more shine. That's what Tommy K says. Vader sends Inquisitors to find them at the end of the season to go into season 2. Maybe, because they're kind of tasked with just hunting Jedi, I presume. Episode title is They're Going to Ryloth, so perfect. We are 9 episodes in. It's 16 episodes, and I've been having a lot of fun. This has been fantastic with the show. I went in not expecting much because I wasn't really. The first time I watched through season 7 of Clone Wars, I didn't think the Bad Batch was was that great as a team of characters. But the characters developed, and like you said, they didn't do it for no reason. They obviously had this plan for later on. They're going to get their own show kind of deal. So that's why they were in there for the beginning of season 7. So that's pretty cool to see all that come together. Toy wise, I don't know, nothing new. Bad Batch. There's not enough Bad Batch merch, is there?
Not yet. Not yet.
I'd like some T-shirts, some mugs. Hot Toys is re-releasing a Mandalorian car with the unmasked head, I believe, and some.
It's not they're not re-releasing it.
Oh,
It's a new version of it.
Right.
The armor is all chromed up.
Sorry, updated.
So, yeah, it's an updated version of it. And I think the sculpt on the head is like it's based on the season 2 sort of departure. So you see he's got sad Pedro face.
Right.
On it. And then the swoop bike, which is a separate thing all on its own. So it's like you can get the Mando with Child, the deluxe version, and then you can buy the swoop bike as well for like another $600, which is, and it's crazy because I'm seriously looking at it going, oh, damn it. Really? Do I need that bike?
And how many did you order, Paul?
A couple. A couple. Well, a bunch of them are pre-ordered, so they're going to be spread out over the next like 18 months.
So it's almost like getting them for free, you know?
Yeah, kind of. I've forgotten I've spent the money, right? Like future Paul will go, oh, it's Christmas time all over again. Present Paul's like, just shut up and keep your head down. It'll be okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's less stressful. I find collecting Hot Toys is way less stressful, other than the price point, than collecting the
price point.
Yeah. Well, but it's. I mean, honestly, this is crazy. Like, I love this.
It's cool. He's got a lot of stuff.
Silicone. It's soft. You can squish his cheeks, and you can open and close his mouth.
Oh, right. I thought that part was really cool.
Yeah, and he's got the little teeth are so cute.
This is crazy how much stuff he has, the deluxe version.
Yeah.
Because he's got Boba Fett's armor too. That's cool.
Right. Yeah, you're right. It's not it's updated to season 2 looks, this is crazy. It's hard to resist.
And it's not coming out to like what, the end of 2022 or 2023 even. Like, it's going to be a while before it comes out. So
the Bad Batch Hot Toys are tempting. Sorry, Yoko. Paul, I don't know if you check out some of Trevor's photos on Instagram, 1/6 shooter. He takes pictures with action figures, Hot Toys, Mythic Legions. Really fantastic stuff.
Coolio. Is it the same name?
Yes. I don't know how it's written on Instagram exactly. Fred says, did you get a chance? I hope there's a young Carson Teva appearance on the Bad Batch, played by. Wait, if it was live action, I'm hoping it's played by a Fred in his cosplay. But he probably has an NDA if that's actually happening, so you don't have to say anything, Fred. The Lego sets they showed off at the Lego Con this past weekend. I know there was some
they were cool
controversy that Boba Fett's Slave One ship is now called Boba's spaceship? Starship. No longer being called Slave One.
I think there's a lot of people who are upset about it. They're not changing the name; they're just not calling it
right
on packaging that are marketed to kids. Slave One. I think the name of the ship is still going to, but they're just referring you to as this is Boba Fett's starship.
Right.
It's got a name, but we're not going to mention it. Right. It's just kind of like that's what I thought was happening there, and
it makes sense.
Getting all upset
because I feel like a huge part of Star Wars is merchandising, and a lot of that is like how it looks to kids on a shelf, right? So they put a lot of thought into that kind of stuff. I'm sure it's still called the Slave One if you were to read comics or in future show references and whatnot. They're not going to change it to go to my Boba starship, that kind of deal.
Yeah, I think the sense that I got was just on the packaging, they're just calling it Boba Fett starship, but they're not like, quick, let's run to Boba Fett starship. I don't think in the dialogue it's going to be like that. Quick, get on Boba Fett starship. Isn't it your ship? Yes, but it's called Boba Fett starship now. It's like, it's not going to be like that, right? It's like, but I I think people just want to get upset about stuff.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, plus you build it, then you don't have to look at the name on the box. So this comes from a Lego hoarder. Build it, don't look at the box.
What other sets were announced? Wait, it was on your Twitter?
Yeah, I tweeted one. It's a little set. It's Darth Maul versus Ahsoka.
Ahsoka, yes.
With the throne.
That one looks
It's pretty
awesome.
cool. It's a little set, but it's cool. Then there's the Mandalorian ship with Bo-Katan and what's his name and other guy.
Well, while we're here on Yoko's Twitter, here's a picture that I referenced from January 1st, 2020. Says New Year, new. Nope, he's still lame.
Oh my God.
But then that was quote tweeted on late at the end of that year, saying "JK LOL."
Here we go. Oh wait, did you only just show this one set? This is cool.
This is the best one.
I don't want this.
There you go.
Just accept the cookies.
No, never. Oh, whatever.
You can
It's
always
harmless.
change later.
What's Lego gonna do? Whoever changes their cookies after. Win or lose, how's it going? Welcome. We are looking at Lego sets Duel on Mandalore. There's a really cool 3D sculptor, Landspeeder Luke, who just put out the model of this Mandalorian throne. I do want to get that 3D printed somehow. It's really cool.
So cool.
And Fred, what other sets? Moff Gideon's light cruiser was announced and shown off with a Dark Trooper and Fennec Shand minifig. Yes, I remember Ming Na Wen's IG showed a picture of her minifigure. That's super cool.
Yeah.
More stuff for Fred to build and more things to tempt me.
More things to hoard.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of a purge. I'm selling things.
Sure.
How dare you? Great episode. I think. Whoops. I forgot this made noise. What else have we got going on? I'm moving this. Paul, what have you got going on this week?
What do I have going on this week? Geez. Last week was super busy with live streams because I did a Geek Shell Inherit the Earth on Saturday, Fun Boxing on a Sunday. I did this show on Monday. Tuesday, I did another segment, a new segment with my eldest called Game On, where we discuss video games and recently the E3 and what he was excited about. Then there's a wonderfully weird Wednesdays with my youngest. And it was just like, wow, that's 5 days in a row of live streaming, which was really kind of cool. But I'm just worried that people will get sick of me. So we're pumping the brakes on it a little bit there. So we're sticking to Fun Boxing Sundays. Next week, we will get back to, we're going to alternate between Game On Tuesdays and Wonderfully Weird Wednesdays with Miles. We're just going to alternate them. So there's a bit more time in between and the boys can get their content sort of ready for that, which is nice instead of like grinding it. School's out. So it's like summertime has begun, basically. My eldest just got a job, which is awesome. He had his first day at work today. I'm super proud of him. Yeah, he came home. He's like, they worked me so hard, but I had so much fun. I was like, that's awesome. That's great. So is that baseball season is upon us. So I'm still in my
how was baseball today?
It was hot. I took it easy I took it easy on the team. Gave him a lot of water breaks and stuff, but it's cool because things are opening up. As of Wednesday, the entire team can practice in one big group now instead of two separate groups.
Yeah.
And they've opened it up. There's no more team bubbles. We're full out baseball, which is cool. And in the meantime, I'm hoarding hot toys.
Hot toys.
Yeah, I got Heavy Mando right there. I've got the Remnant Trooper. Just got a Darth Vader in here. Just opened up Grogu.
That's another segment title right there. Hoarding hot toys.
Yeah. Yeah. No, there's a lot.
It's super cool. You did the stream with your boys. I thought it was a cool way to bond and interact. You guys are kind of hilarious together. It's also funny that your son sends super chats to you.
Oh my God. It's like where are you getting the money from? From mom. It's like, it's all sick. Okay.
the best part is like, just hand me the money. You're basically giving YouTube a cut for like, I'm right here. Just give me the money. Be smarter with your. It's like the parent in you is like, be more responsible with your money.
Well, I mean, it ends up back here anyway. He just wants to get his comment highlighted, and I said, just comment. And when I see it, I'll highlight it for free. You don't need to pay me my own money.
Preferential treatment. Yeah, I love seeing that. It's hilarious because I'm like, wait, if Miles is here, who's going to send you super chat your own money? It's the 2 hours a week that Paul talks to his kids.
Yeah, because they're plugged in every other time. So shut up, Tommy.
There it is.
Was waiting for it.
Yoko, apart from the heat wave, what have you got going on this week?
Tomorrow I'll be playing Fallen Order again. I escaped Dathomir, but now I have to go back to Dathomir. So that's where I'm at. Usually I start at 8 Pacific time, but I think I'll probably start a little bit earlier because there's really nothing else for me to do when it's this hot. And then Wednesday night I will be opening my Mando cards on my stream.
What
Are you
time
doing Loki Wednesday morning?
Oh yeah, and in between there. Thank you, Kevin.
I got you. Got you.
I consider it Tuesday night. You may call it Wednesday morning, but after Loki drops, so approximately 1 a.m. Pacific time, we all jump on Twitch is what it's called and talk about it, which is exciting, which is great.
Twitch is what it's called. What are you, me?
I know. I'm. Yeah, you're rubbing off. It's the heat. I blame the heat. My brain has melted.
I'm excited for that box break. Paul, are we both tuning in, hoping that she gets your card?
Yeah, it's so funny. What time is your box break?
I'll try to start a little earlier. I'll try to start at 7:30 Pacific time.
Yay!
Yeah.
For us at East Coast people, thank you.
So a little late. Maybe I can start earlier. Again, I don't know what else I'm doing when it's this hot out. So,
box breaks are so addictive, man. And there's those really cool sketch cards. Paul, I think you highlighted the artist from that top set. They were in your stream yesterday.
Yeah, Joe Crony and Ashley. They're a couple of artists that have their sketches in the season 2. I think they've been doing it for a number of years though, but it's fantastic. It's really, really cool stuff. And I'm still so new into the card collecting world again. So like seeing the different artists that have, because they're just 2 artists. They have so many that are involved and have their work displayed. It's fantastic. So I think there's another one. There's another artist by the name of Aniv Diaz. He's Space Hindu on Instagram, and he's done sketches too. In fact, so this is one he did of me on the live stream.
Oh my gosh, you're holding it like it was like it fit perfectly.
Oh, over your body. Little lower. No, the beard part's even lined up the first time.
Yeah. See right there.
Cat King is in the episode. These are trying times. Shut up, Kevin.
I love that.
But here's one of the sketch cards that he did. There you go.
Ooh.
That he gave to me.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah. So many talented artists collab.
Wing or Lose says Mando card unboxing. He is excited. Gary says I definitely call it Wednesday morning.
Go for Loki.
Did I find my Mando cards? Yoko found me some. Very awesome. Thank you. Please send some pogs, some Yoko pogs autographed.
Oh yeah. Autographed
as well.
Okay.
And the magenta plate as well for the pog. Box break on your Twitch or YouTube, Yoko says Tommy. She is on Twitch.
My Twitch, yeah.
And their informations are all in the description.
Is my Twitch in the description now?
I don't know. Your website is there, which has...
Yeah, but we talked about it. We want 1 click.
It's an extra click, Kevin. We've spoken about it.
It's a straight copy paste from the previous week. I'll change it. Remind me to change it after. This Thursday, I will be doing unboxing Thursdays at 9 Eastern with the Enablers. Come check us out. A lot of cool stuff to open. And July, like I mentioned in the beginning, I'm trying to while Paul says, I'm going to do less live streaming because people are going to be, I don't want people to get sick of me. I'm going the exact opposite way, and I'm going to be trying to do more stuff this month in July. See how that works out. Maybe more figure reviews and different type of events. So please, if you enjoyed this episode, thank you so much for sticking around. I hope you share with your friends, other fans of the channel, or other fans of the Bad Batch, not necessarily this channel, fans of Paul and Yoko, and subscribe if you want to catch us every week with the notifications on, and you'll be notified when we go live. Also, thank you everyone watching on Twitch as well. If you enjoyed this stream, check us out there. Check out Yoko. Check out Paul. Marcus says, I thought you were going to say you're going to stop doing lives because you're sick of us. No, you guys are great. Everyone watching is the reason that I keep doing this. Does everyone have your Grogu's?
I always have my Grogu.
Show off. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. Have a great night. Keep toying around. Peace.